What happens when I turn it? Nothing. Nothing. Poopy. Yeah, Carol, I am. I'm not happy, but I'm live. I'm going to have to do something besides YouTube because it's so squirrely. So anyway, hi Carol, how are you? We start all over. I can flip this after it posts up to YouTube, so y'all just bear with me. To see if a few more people come in, I'll show you some jelly pools I did to warm up earlier. I think this one's cool. And this one. That one's way cool. Just playing with a little bit of alcohol ink. Where are you from, Carol? Do I know you? Probably should. May not have too many join us because my tribe is not used to me going live. Wish I'd quit. Let's turn my phone around. Nope. Sorry for the seasick. Alright. Alright, CB. Hey, Peg. I'm having a devil of a time getting my camera to go sideways. I know I can turn it when I get back in YouTube, but I'm going with it. It took me 5 times. Hey, Galena. Well, Carol, I'm in Arkansas. That's not too far away. I appreciate you popping in, Peg. You start doing lives and editing video, and you've got more to do than you can possibly keep up with. Alright, I'm going. Greenleaf and Blueberry is a handmade watercolor. And to my knowledge, it was... I did, Peg. I turned it. I did the title and then turned it to landscape. What am I doing wrong? Hey, Susan. Yeah, I know. Sideways here, too. I'll flip it after I get it in YouTube. Anyway, Greenleaf and Blueberry was one of the first, if not the first, handmade watercolors on the internet. And I'm leery today of a lot. Bye, Peg. I'm leery of a lot of the watercolors online because there is a chemistry involved. It's more than just buying pigment and adding gum arabic and there you go. This young lady claims to have a chemist that she uses, and I've been very happy with the paint, so I was wanting to finish my set. So this is the first set I got, and this is called Sunlight and Shadow, and it's great for neutrals. And today I got a new set to go with it. They are so sold out that you have to be the first on the trigger. This is how the box is packaged without the broken spot. I hope that didn't affect anything. I'm sure it didn't. Alright, here we go. Just wanted y'all to see how it's packaged. Cute little twisty tie. Y'all, I'm sorry for the sideways. I'll flip it for the replay. Da, da, da. And Laurel is the person she has helping her in shipping. And a sticker. And they're mail ordering now. Limited supply. Might take 6 months to get something. Okay, that box is done. Yes, Carol, it's hard to find. The best thing to do is go to greenleafblueberry.com, go to their main site. And you know what? I think they just quit selling on Etsy. They're selling through their store on their website. And they only have things available when they've got product, and they typically sell within minutes of when they go live. I didn't really mean to tear that little sticker. Oh well. Business card. They really go all the way on packaging. Brochure. She hand paints each label, and up until the last 6 months she was wrapping everyone by hand because she liked it. However, I just learned that she's due to have a baby girl just most any day, so this is their main product line. A lot of granulating colors like Daniel Smith does from their Primatech line. 2 sizes of bubble wrap just to make sure. Lots and lots and lots of people selling these online now. The box is good. Post office didn't mess it up. Another little twisty tie. Yeah, she packages really well. A hand-painted color chart that fits in the lid. And I need to laminate them so they don't get all messed up. I think I've got 4 duplicate colors, and I have another 3 in a tin somewhere I can't find. So I think this leaves me with needing 2 colors. Yeah, see, I've got Mayan yellow, I've got yellow ochre. What's the other one? I have slate and magnetite. The rest of them are different. But this was the set that was available and had 7 of the ones I needed, so that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Sure wish I could find these 3. They're here somewhere. And more bubble wrap. And here comes the fun part. It's gonna get boring, so if y'all got something else to do while I'm doing this. First time around, I think I threw away my wrappers. Carol, sometimes yes they do. And they have a bunch of different pans. And she labels them by hand on the back, and a little bitty iridium magnet that it looks like she's glued on there with something clear, so there's that one. And they also sell full pans. Hey, Rosemary. I don't know, baby. Nobody said anything. My sound's all the way up. Anybody else hear me? Okay. I had a heck of a time getting this thing to go. Peg Robinson's going to give me a lesson, the dweeb here. I can make a computer stand on its end as far as software goes, but I can screw up everything else pretty quick. How do they fold this with that little bitty fold in it? cans are overfilled. I guess that's a lot number. Tells what the pigment is. It's always real good. A real good sign if they put the pigment number on it. You've got a good quality pigment. Well, shucks. Anybody but Rosemary having trouble? I'll talk louder. What's under there? Oh, that's my encaustic thing. I wondered why it stuck. You look at that pretty Mayan yellow. That's the one I have already. And I've got mine up all the way. It keeps telling me device is locked. Nope. Okay. My volume is up all the way. So I guess I'm just going to have to talk louder. You know how irritating this is. Turn your volume up, Rosemary, see if that helps. I'm usually so loud nobody has trouble hearing me. I am crazy for paint. If all the stores closed tomorrow, I'd probably be in stock for a while. Thanks, Susan. You betcha. I didn't have any trouble at all the other day when I did this. I used Webinar Jam for my school. I may have to just start using it for this too. So it's more consistent. You can see my mess over here real good. Bye, Rosemary. Thanks for dropping in. I got my bead paper last week, and everybody's just raving about it. So I think if it holds true to what everybody's saying about it, it'll be good for swatches and samples and stuff like that. It's still high. I've got something wrong. GRRR. Well, Carol, I mistakenly ordered the 90-pound first, which I don't think I've ever had 90-pound. Good, thank you, Carol. So I had to turn around and order the 140. But it's you know, it's such a good price. What, $15 for 50 sheets? Yeah, it is too light. 90 pound was really made for printing, you know, for like monoprinting, press printing, that kind of thing, linotypes. It's too heavy though for jelly prints. Oops, there went that one. Let's see if I can get that thing centered better. I have done something vastly wrong. That ought to be really zoomed in. I didn't get any of the Paul Rubens. I sure was tempted to get that paint though, Peg. And I don't need any more paint. I found the Rubens on AliExpress, but I resisted temptation. Alright, scissors away. And let's get us some bee paper. Cold press, all cotton. I'm going to open the 90 pound. Y'all know one way you can tell non-cotton paper? When you do a puddle and it dries with pigment around the edge, sometimes that's a sign of cellulose paper. I've got my favorite brush. This is the one included with my course. I just sprayed those down real good. Okay. I even save all these little silver things to use in mixed media and journals. Okie doke. Here we go. I wonder if I've got those in the same order. I think I did. Ooh, look at that pigment left. I've got too much water. So just pick some of it up. This shows us the mass tone and what it looks like when it's thinner. Get back up there. I want you to stay up there. And that one is red ochre. That one's going to be good granulating color. The next one is Mayan red. That's pretty. Kind of a terracotta color. Well, actually, that one's more terracotta. Keep futzing. Come on now, just give me some straight color. Yeah, they're worth the wait, Peg. And I'm not dissing the others. I have another brand of handmade paint. I have not bought a lot of these new ones, and probably won't. I have a friend who bought some. I don't remember who it was, which is fine. I shouldn't say it anyway. And it had some mica in it, so it was a little shiny. And when it was dry and you rubbed it with your finger, it came off. So that has to do with the chemistry of what you put in it. How fast they re-wet has to do with the additives. This is a beautiful color, Mayan yellow. Definitely a greenish color. Yeah, no binder. These do. It's an interesting site. They've got a lot of really good stuff on there about they like to hike and climb, and about the rocks they find, and she brings them back and makes pigment out of them. That's pretty. That is Mayan Blue number 2. This one's Vivinite. Mayan Blue number 2. I've got Mayan Blue number 1 in my other palette. They make 3 of them. The Mayan colors are supposedly manufactured to match the ones that the Mayans used, and the colors in those pyramids and temples and all that are still just as bright as the day they were put in there. This one is Green Earth. It's not going to have a whole lot of strength to the color. This one is Mayan Green. Ooh. It's a nice rich color. I think Axully is more for the re-wetting than it is for a binder. That's a nice little mess I made there. Oh well. Dry brush will pick that right up. That's going to be a good granulating, I think. Alright, one more row. This one will be Purple Ochre. Boy, you talk about a strong color. It's almost a burgundy. It's beautiful. This one with Mayan Violet. The closest thing I can think this is lapis, but lapis is not nearly this intense. It paints a little more like that. Pretty. And this one will be Slate. And I have this in the other pan and worried stiff I was going to run out before I could get another one. And then I went to jumped to another subject, and and magnetite. This one is cool because it granulates, and if you put a magnet under it, you can make the little specks follow the magnet. Get one of these dry pans over here. Isn't that cool? Doesn't take much to make me happy. We know that one granulates. That one granulates. That one. These are almost all going to granulate because they are ground from natural earth. Rocks and stones. They're not from synthetic, like your quinocridones are synthetic, and they don't, because of that, they don't granulate. But real rocks will granulate. They just fall out and go down into the valleys of the paper. Let's get a 140 and see how Miss B paper does. Okay, Peg, thanks for dropping in. Anybody cropping in late, I had trouble with the camera, and the replay will be rotated. Okay, here's a 140. Just because I'm a nut for this stuff, let's do it again on the 140. This doesn't have much of a texture at all. It has a little. Miss Peg has a good channel. I think she owns at least one of every craft supply in the world. Yeah, I figured that. I think I've got the most textured. Yeah, I've got the textured side up. I just want to see the granulation difference. Since I've never had any 90-pound paper. This puts a lemon yellow, a cad lemon yellow, to shame. This probably, if this granulates, you'd never be able to see it. Ooh, where's that coming from? Oh, I'm touching the one underneath it. Duh. Okay, let's do it this way. Hey, Patty. I know, I got hooked on these about a year ago, and you have to wait in line to get them. They are granulating colors. They're from Real Earth Pigments. And I'm painting them again on 140 B paper. I haven't ever used it before. And I want to see if they granulate, if we can see the granulation better. I went to sleep watching your last stream, Patty, the other night. Yeah, it's been a while. Here's the first set that I have. Sunlight and Shadow, which is great for painting with neutrals. These are a little bit of overkill though if you're just having fun and painting for fun. Of course, the other ones are expensive too. How old is Oakley now, Patty? Isn't he about the... Our Schnauzer was born January 1st. Good Lord. 7 months. So I thought you got him about the same time we got ours. And ours will be 8 months tomorrow, or 1st of August. And she weighs a whopping 9 pounds. And she, true to Schnauzers, loves paper. So I have to keep her out of my studio, because you know how studios are. And out of my bathroom, because she'll drag toilet paper all over the house. Randy was taking a shower the other day and heard something, and he looked out just in time to see her little tail and the end of the toilet paper following her out the door. And again, I'll say sorry for the sideways. I did it 5 times and never did get it right. And I know how to do it because I've done it before. Make this one a wetter wash. Let's do that thing again. Probably won't work as good. Oh well, yeah, look. Can you see that? This one's called Magnetite, and it's a natural magnet. Our air conditioning is off, so I've got fans going, and that's why everything's drying out so quick. Isn't that cool? So I guess in theory, if you were painting with it, you could move your glaze where you wanted it. It's a parlor trick. Alrighty. Granulation. We're not quite dry, but getting close. I can't tell a whole lot of difference on the 140. The 140 is the one on the top. I got more pigment on this one. This one's pretty. And this is the set that they call the Adventure set. This is still really pretty. Okay, let's do, I'm going to go back to the 90, that's just fine. I'm going to do red. Had to make this wetter than usual in yellow. I'm not going to make it in blue. Okay, let's just mix these. That red is beautiful. I'm going to turn my overhead fan off. It's not too bad. The company that we work for sent over a room air conditioner. Well, one of those freestanding ones. It works pretty darn good. Now I've got so much water on there, it's going to flood it. Let's try this one as a red. And this one as yellow. I need to spray them again. And this one is blue. These are really good neutral makers. Pick up some of that water. Got way too much water. Patty, I want to come to Maryland next year. Y'all had too much fun. I'm going to try this one again because, let's see which one I had this one. Since the fan was drawing about as fast as I got it on the paper. Well, now that I've got my school all done, I can have some fun. I mean, you know, nothing's ever done, but... Come on, move. Move for me. Your group, Patty, does so many videos, it's hard for me, live videos, it's hard for me to find a slot where I'm not competing with somebody. And I use this one, trying to get more paint. The sweet spot for the neutral of a red, yellow, and blue is right in the middle. Mine's more a case of streaming when I get the religion. I'm not very disciplined these days. Well, you know what? There's only so many hours in a day. And I'm not going to be doing it at night. And I'm not going to be doing it in the mornings because I sleep late. So I guess afternoons is my only time. Let's, well, I'm gonna go through this 90-pound paper if I use it like this. I'd sometimes rather do color swatches than, let's do this red. Let's do this green. Oh, that's that wheat green. That red will overpower it. I'm going to try wetting one. Wetting a square first. No, you can't see it. It's also fun to see how they move when they get wet. Let's do this one. Just for grins. I know, I'm a pigment freak. You get to watch them push each other out of the way. And these aren't doing that for me. It's pretty green. Let's do red. I think as a general rule you'll get more explosive color, meaning that when you touch them together they just explode. I'm going to say from a synthetic. Now I'd have to test that to make it. These really aren't doing a whole lot of that. That's fun. That sounds like an interesting evening. Let's see, what do we want to put on the other end? Let's put this yellow lemony. I picked up that green again. That's the trouble with pans. For all of my pans that I have for tubes, Patty, you need to know this too. I did a video 2 years ago, because it was right before my surgery, where I did a pan for each color. And it's great. And I keep this cute little Japanese tin. And when I want to work with just a set palette, I just pull them out and put them in here. And that way you can avoid the mess that I'm having with that green. Let's see. God, that magnetite is intense. Let's use a blue. Let's use this one. I usually don't use black to tone down a color, but since it's in here, I will. Getting a pretty green there. And do that one again. Wrong blue, different blue. Let's try it with the blue I intended to use. Oh, wait a minute. No, 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 no. It's this one. And this one. I just like to play and see what kind of colors I can get. This could be an interesting mixer.
Got time to go.
Okay, I'm gonna have to kick off here, guys. Gotta go to a meeting tonight. Good thing is they feed us. Patty's gonna come back and I'm gonna be gone. I love this blue. This kind of greenish blue. I'm going to try to stream a couple afternoons a week. 4 o'clock seems pretty good. And 1 o'clock this Saturday, I'm going to be interviewed by a lady named Shannon Ribone. I'll post it. And then the following Thursday at 4, I'm going to interview her. She has a school on weight loss. Ooh, look. Can y'all see that? Reminds me of those little things we used to have growing up where you could put the beard on the guy with the magnet. Move all the things around. That's cool. Alright guys. Gosh, I hate to run out on Patty. This is pretty. The way that slate moves and alters those colors. I usually have to fix a drink for the road, even though we're just going 30 minutes. Pretty colors. This is pretty right here. You have to really wait until they're dry, and using a hair dryer is not a good way to get the colors to mix on their own. Too much water in this one. Okay, thanks, Carol. Look at that. You can see the little granules where I moved them in a circle. It's cool. I know I'm queer for that stuff. Thanks, everybody. Patty, I'll email you later. I hate to run out on you. But I gotta go. The boss came in and said it was time to go. And I'll get this video rotated and get Peg to help me. So I'm done. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Thanks.